gonna just fade my music out and switch over.
Sweet. Give me a thumbs up. All right.
All right.
Cool.
And
We're so
live.
awkward. That was bad timing. All right. Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Unkindness Lounge. A group of ravens is an unkindness and a group of lizards is a lounge, and that's how we came up with the name. This is Ravenclaw. I'm Lizardnutta.
Yeah. Welcome, guys. And this is our guest, awakenOsleeper.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Before we get started, guys, we know it's been like a couple weeks since we were on here. A couple crazy things going on. We've been super busy, but we're happy to be back and have Awaken on today.
For sure.
Super honored to be here.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm so excited we have Awaken today. Awaken's one of the first friends I made, like, streaming-wise. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
I'll never forget that day.
Just a reminder, guys, before we actually get started with the podcast, we do see everyone that's in chat and we see all your guys' comments and everything. Thank you so much for being here. You can definitely keep chatting and everything. And then we probably will just talk and get questions and stuff like that with chat at the end, just so we don't get too distracted and too off course. So we're seeing them, but if we don't respond right away, don't get offended.
Yeah, feel free to chat. We really do appreciate it and we see it.
Yeah.
But we get distracted really easily.
Yes. As our 1 hour podcasts have been going to.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right.
Hey, I've only got plans with a book after this, so I can go as long as you guys want.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we're already past his bedtime. All right, let's hop into it.
Unbelievable.
I'm already started. All right, I'm done. Awaken.
Yes.
How you been, man?
I'm here. Good. Very busy. Off to a very busy 2021 already. Things are good. I'm excited for what this year will hopefully hold. I've hoped for this year. You know, it's coming out of 2020, with it being so as rough as it was, you know, for the entire world. It's nice to kind of go in having a little bit of hope. So
for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You have a lot of big plans this year, it sounds like, too.
Yes. Yeah, big plans. Personal life, I'd like to try and keep big dreams and big goals for the stream. You know, however that kind of fits in with my personal life is gonna be, you know, kind of iffy, but you know, I'll make it work however I can. So
I feel you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love how you said big goals. Nothing's off limits. I love
that's
that.
right.
True.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have something to strive for. You know, if you just, I mean, I can get easily overwhelmed by things, but I want to set big goals this year because I haven't really ever done goals for myself personally or professionally or anything like that. It's just been like, yeah, this opportunity has kind of come along, so I'll just go that way. But this year it's like I'm gonna try and take the bull by the horn, so to speak, and make it my own and pursue goals, and we'll see how it goes.
There you go, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, just to like give you an idea, because I'm at Awaken over on Mixer. I'll never forget. I mean, he was streaming from his Xbox at the time. He didn't have a PC or anything, and he had a goal. I think it was $1,000 for a gaming PC. Maybe it was more. And I mean, he like just because of the people in the community like loved him so much, like he smashed that goal out of the park in like what a day.
Yeah, so I
just
actually
awesome
kind of
friends.
like it was like an unspoken goal. Like I had an idea in my head that I was gonna spend $1,000 on building a PC, and I wanted to build it myself. I had, you know, bought a graphics card already, and then was going to just kind of every month try to pick up another piece of the puzzle till I can finally put it all together. And it was Father's Day weekend last
yeah.
year, which I am a father, but it just happened to work out that way. I had some huge blessings in my life. Dylan came through with a $1,000 donation. He was working behind the shadows, talking to other streamers and trying to pull people together. I ended up getting like $1,400 or something like that towards being able to build my PC. So I have an amazing gaming PC now. That I was was blessed to be able to build a lot sooner than I had expected to, and been able to kind of jump into upgrading the stream qualities and stuff like that, because I used to have all kinds of problems streaming from my Xbox, but it's what I had.
I
I
remember.
had a free webcam from a friend. He let me
Yeah.
use his USB mic. Like, it was like, and then hit go live from, Mixer on my Xbox, and hopefully it works,
That's crazy.
I
but
just remember
yeah.
the delay. I would chat something and it would take like 2 minutes to get a response.
Yeah, it was brutal, because I was using Lightstream, which was free, and so it would like, yeah, my Xbox would go to Lightstream, and then Lightstream would go back to Mixer, and so yeah, there was like good 30 to 45-second delay. Like, I'm sitting there chatting to people, it's like, this is awkward. Why aren't they responding?
Oh wow, that's
So,
crazy.
but yeah, it was pretty wild.
Those were the good old
How-
days.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even know you guys have known each other that long since Mixer.
Yeah.
I've known
Yeah.
Awaken longer than I've known most people. He was kind of in that first group of people I met on from streaming, like the Mr. Work crowd. Because through Mr. Work, I met Crispy T. And through Crispy T, I met Awaken. I met that guy Sai. I'm Dill Pickle.
Yep.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
that's so cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
literally had no idea.
Yeah,
I spent a good month to a month and a half before I went live for the first time, just like watching streams on Mixer and meeting people and getting plugged into different communities over there, which I definitely miss those communities, and kind of how tight knit and it was, whereas Twitch is much bigger. So like, the tight knit communities went from being like this, it felt like it was this big, to it's like now it's your community is so tiny unless you have thousands of followers, and it's hard out there, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
I mean, I'm glad you're over here. I only know you through Lizard Stream.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even have met you.
Yeah.
Pretty
No,
cool.
and I met, I don't know, Lizard was like one of the few people that were constant in my stream over on Mixer, and it was really great to see, because when you're starting off and you have one viewer and stuff like that, that's hard to stay motivated.
yeah.
But I've gotten nothing but love and support since starting to stream, and it's helped my mental health with being able to just come out and be who I am, and be the extroverted person that I am, even though like I feel very introverted in my regular life. Like, I'm a natural born extrovert, and getting to talk to people and just meet people is it's just great. So
It's awesome.
How long were you over on Mixer for, like actually streaming?
actually streaming was for about 2 months before they shut down.
Dang, so you had barely started.
I thankfully had barely
I was
started.
gonna say that's probably a good thing, honestly.
I felt so bad, because there were several streamers that I met over there that had 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers. They were partnered over there, and like literally having to go completely new. One of the guys, he had probably close to 2,000 followers. He was getting to that point where he was getting ready to try and flip on that partner switch, and then they pulled the plug. He's at like 400 or 500 now. It's just like on Twitch. And so thankfully I didn't invest so much time to where it really hurt. But that's still been an uphill battle here on Twitch. And but it's the new home for now. And, if there's other opportunities, I'm not going to be afraid to, try something else out. But for now, it's where I'm at.
Sure.
Gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, literally, I feel like we were just listening to Survivor say the same thing the other week about how everything went down on Mixer with the people who were partnered and everything. I cannot imagine. That
Yeah.
would be just so tough to have to start all the way over.
I mean, Shroud and Ninja made it out all right. They got paid
Naturally.
millions of dollars for less than a year's worth of work, but the rest of us lowly people, some
Mhm.
people had
For
to
sure.
start over from nothing, and it's just I felt so brokenhearted for all of them that they had this life, they had this community, they had this form of income that just evaporated.
It was
Yeah.
it was a different algorithm too, like a completely different algorithm. So like the way people would grow on Mixer was just completely different than Twitch. Like the way
Right.
people find each other on Mixer is completely different than Twitch. All of that is like it was so, I want to say easier. It was easier to figure out. So even if you weren't growing like 1,000 viewers a week or something crazy like that, you were growing in some form. Like I think everyone was growing in some form, and there was no
Right.
real like spurts, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Twitch can come and go in spurts. I just don't understand the algorithm of that.
And I really, really, really miss co-streaming. That was so much fun
Yeah,
to be able to co-stream with people.
that was
like,
fun.
To where you go, like I could jump in and play with Crispy and them, and you tune into any one of our stream, and all 4 of our streams are in one window. You can pop one up close if you want, but it was much easier for viewing. You got the whole team atmosphere. You got, whereas Twitch feels much more you're on your own. I mean, you might still play with your friends, but your channel is your own. You're on your own. You gotta grind and work hard and try and make it on your
It
own.
definitely sounds like Mixer is like one of those things where everyone was like a big family kind of thing compared to Twitch. Where
I
it's just,
am
sure.
forever thankful for Mixer, because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have this community. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, I couldn't
True.
imagine just starting off on Twitch on my own. And a lot of people do it, and that's awesome. And props to them,
Yeah.
because that is hard. But
Yeah, for sure.
I would not be streaming today if it wasn't for Mixer and all those
Well,
people.
we also had that like Mixer refugee point of time where it was like,
That's true.
hey, you were on Mixer, I'm gonna support you because you were on Mixer, and I love you just for that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So that was fun.
But yeah, the co-streaming on Mixer was really cool too, Raven. So like, if you were co-streaming with someone, like on that person's stream, there would just be like, so like, let's say this is my stream. Right here, there would be a little arrow, and you could just click on it on your screen. It would go over to their stream too. Because
I mean, it looks very
streaming
much
together.
like this, like our
Yeah.
Discord chat on each one stream.
Right.
yeah,
So
Super cool.
yeah,
that is
yeah,
cool.
it was great.
Dang, that'd be nice. Yeah,
But
I don't know.
think-
I watched Mixer streams for maybe a month just because Blizzard has started streaming. I was like, okay, I don't even know what it is. I'll download it just to support him. Watched him for
Sure.
maybe a month, and then it ended. So I don't know much about it, but it is pretty crazy how everything happened.
Yeah, but I mean, we're all better streamers. We're all different people now, and like
For sure.
like we've got to move on and figure out other things, and we're all gonna grow from it. So it's I'm thankful for the opportunity, but yeah, it's just I'm still heartbroken for all those other people that just gave up streaming.
Yeah.
So when you found out Mixer was ending, whatever, did you instantly decide you were going to do Twitch? I know some people had kind of a rough time deciding on where they were going to go after.
Yeah, there was a lot of topic of conversation between streamers of, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to do Facebook? Are you going to do YouTube? Are you going to do Twitch? And seemed like so many more streamers, the more and more I was talking to them, were choosing the option to go to Twitch, and I'm like, this just kind of feels like the right move, because didn't really know if YouTube would really be viable, which I mean it is now. Facebook, I heard a lot of things about there being a quick plateau, so you can grow quick, but then it like kind of stops pretty quickly too. I don't know if that's still true to this day, but I didn't have any real stake in Mixer, so like I wasn't guaranteed partnership over on Facebook, so I was like, nah, I'll just try and see who I can get to come with me over to Twitch.
I have to step out real quick because my boss is calling.
No,
I'll be right
that's
back.
fine. I have a question anyways. So Rach from Nerdy Curious actually asked wait, no, I was reading her comment. It was Robbie that asked the question. He said, do you know of anyone that actually decided to go the Facebook route that had a better experience there than on Twitch?
I don't personally know anybody that went over to Facebook. I mean, I've seen a lot of Facebook streamers that are doing okay. And some of them that have thousands of viewers and stuff.
It is
I
crazy
don't
to see a streaming platform that came from Facebook. I like still
Yeah.
can't wrap my mind around it. Like I know people do it and there's definitely people that do good on it, but every time I get onto Facebook and see the gaming tab, I'm like, this is so weird. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, and I mean, so I'm one of those people that probably had a negative stigma towards Facebook. Like, I mean, none of my friends on Facebook are going to sit there and want to watch me play video games. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go to a platform where people are really there to
Yeah.
watch people play video games. Like,
Right.
enjoy the things that I have similar interests of me, rather than just like, oh, hey, I know you from high school. You want to come watch me play video games, even though I haven't talked to you in over 10 years
Yeah,
now. So,
I think that's what it
like,
is. Like, why I can't wrap my head around it. Because I'm like, when I think of Facebook, I think of like I have my parents on there, my grandparents, I have aunts and uncles. I'm like, that'd be so weird for them to be like, oh, she's playing video games. Like what?
right, right. And that, yeah, I mean, like the whole, yeah, no one in like my parents' age, any, adults like that, um, are into video games. They don't understand that people actually pay to watch other people play video games. Like, they don't understand that this is
Yeah.
potentially a viable source of living for lots of people.
Oh,
And, so it's like, it's so hard to explain to them, and then on the other side, like inviting them to come and watch me play. Like, my parents never watched me play video games growing up. They don't care. They hate that I play video games, I'm sure, most of the time. So,
I was gonna say probably like 85% of my Facebook friends would not even know this side of me. If they saw, they'd be like, "What are you doing?"
right?
So,
Thanks for that follow, 40. Appreciate it.
so, yeah, Robbie's like, "Look, Grandma, Raven is playing Warzone on Facebook." Like, I can't imagine my grandparents watching me shoot people.
Right?
Tim asked, "Have you checked out Glimish?" Some are checking it out, which I've never heard of that. I'm assuming it's another.
It's
Sh-
another streaming platform. I have not checked it out. I did make a profile on there, um, to number one, reserve my name, and number two, a streamer that I loved over on Mixer, who I still follow now. His name is Showboats42, I believe. He posted on his Discord that he, created a Glimish and was going to check it out. So I was like, okay, well, I'll make one just to support him, and whatever. I'm curious, but I have not checked it out yet. But
Is it like a new thing or something that's been around for a while that just hasn't been used?
I think it's pretty brand new. So, uh, I think that the idea is it's going to be kind of Mixer-esque, and that at least that's the hope, because it's going to be another small streaming platform trying to get, but there's other ones out there like Trovo and Brime, I think, is a new one that's coming out this year. That's the one everybody thought. Um,
Oh my
what's his name? The guy with the mustache and the red glasses. I forget his name. But they all thought he was starting that when he got banned from Twitch, and Dr. Disrespect. That's it.
God. That's right. That's
Um, everybody thought he was like this big thing in Brime going live, and but I don't know where that's taken off from, and I don't know. I'm not opposed to checking it out and seeing what it's like, but I'm also affiliated, so I'm trying. I don't want to do anything to jeopardize that on Twitch. So I think as long as I'm not streaming to both places at the same time, I'm okay. But
right.
yeah.
I'm gonna pause for just a second, just because Dream Alley just raided me, so I want to say hi to everyone.
Queen.
Hey guys, Dream Alley, thank you so much for the raid. You are awesome. You are so awesome. For those of you who are popping in now from Dream's raid, I'm Ravenclaw, and me and Lizardnutta have a podcast called the Unkindness Lounge that we're doing right now.
Normally over here.
Lizard had to step out for a minute. He was getting a work call. So he'll be back in a minute. But our guest today is awakenOsleeper.
Hello.
And so, yeah, what we do is we just kind of get to know our guest. They're usually someone that's pretty close-knit in the community that we all know or have heard of. And then we talk to them about kind of just themselves, their gaming and streaming life and stuff like that, and just have a conversation so that all of us can really just get to know who we have in our community. So yeah, we haven't. I was like, we haven't been live too long, and then I looked up and it's been 30 minutes. This is what I mean when I was like, we get
Hey,
so.
thank you for that follow.
But thank you guys so much. Thank you, Dream, for the raid. And thank you to everyone in the chat. Like we said earlier, we'll definitely at the end ask questions and stuff like that if you guys want to get to know anything about Awaken, our guest, or anything like that. So but yeah, so you've been, let's see, did you have anyone that followed you over from Mixer? Did you have a lot of your followers that kind of came over with you from Mixer to Twitch, or did you struggle with?
Yeah, I think I think I barely made the 100 follower mark over on Mixer. I regained or retained probably 80 to 90% of that.
Oh, that's good.
And then from there it's grown, which I think now I'm almost only a couple away from 200 now, I think.
I still feel like Lizard looks like a little baby.
I know. He's
his new shave haircut.
I'm this one now.
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
Lizard,
Crazy time at work right now, so I had to take that. But
no worries, dude. You gotta do you.
What did I miss?
But yeah, so Raven just asked me if I kind of retained retained a lot of the followers and stuff I had from Mixer. And yeah, there was probably for the last couple weeks before, maybe even the last month before Mixer was finally done, I would just run a stream with a screen that said, I'm going over to Twitch, follow me over there. Here's my Twitch handle, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just trying to, again, retain a lot of those followers so that I wasn't starting off just from scratch. So yeah, it was.
Oh, that's
even
good.
though I was starting from scratch, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I still had a bit of a community
kind of built, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Lizard, did you struggle with that too, followers that you had over at Mixer coming over to Twitch, or did a lot of yours end up coming over as well?
I'm pretty sure I had 18 followers on Twitch before Mixer crashed, because I had already streamed on Twitch for a year, straight from my Xbox, and not really. I mean, I gained more than I had on Mixer in a couple days, but they were all the people on Mixer plus what I had before. But
that's good.
Yeah, I mean the progression after that was a little slower, but I'm still thankful for it. Yeah. The support was still there.
No, that's awesome. So, Awaken, tell us kind of about how your Twitch experience has been, you know, how long has that been since Mixer? I'm trying to think.
Would have
It
been
was
July. June
right?
or July, yeah. I think it was July.
July 22nd, I think, was when Mixer officially shut down. So I had started kind of streaming on Twitch a little bit before the shutdown officially occurred. Maybe like once or twice. But it's been slow. I feel like on Mixer I was gaining more traction quicker, but there again, it was a smaller platform. The problem that Mixer had was oversaturation of streamers, whereas Twitch has a lot more viewers than streamers, you know. So but I've been fortunate enough to kind of hit the ground running with my following that came from Mixer. And then yeah, I'm just gonna it's hard being I'm married. I have 2 children with one on the way, you know, so I've had to have a lot of open communication with my wife as far as like setting a stream schedule, because I want to make it a priority to grow my channel, to grow my stream. I'd love to have this be a secondary or primary income at some point in my life, but you know, that's going to take time, a lot of effort. And I would like for it to, you know, take off faster. But you know, I'm in it for the long haul. Um, just got to make some personal changes and professional changes in my life, and you know, hopefully bring some better opportunities that way that might end up freeing more time for me to do this kind of stuff. So
For sure. What motivated you to start streaming?
that is a good question. Initially it was probably the jealousy of people like Shroud and Ninja, where it's like these guys get paid millions of dollars to sit and play video games. Well, you know, I play video games 5 days a week. Why not
You
try and
don't
do
play
it
video
too?
games like Shroud plays video games, so I can tell you that.
But Shroud has also been playing video games and streaming, well, streaming more specifically, a lot longer.
Yeah,
He got
that's
into
true.
streaming before it was cool and helped make it cool. So they're on the way, you
Right.
know, way upside of it,
The
whereas like we're
pioneers.
all going, yeah, I see you up there, now how do I get up there? And we're, you know, I'm way down at the bottom of the mountain. So you know, it's like I don't know, I'm an outgoing person, I'm energetic, I think I'm funny sometimes. uh you know, I think my interaction with my friends can be funny sometimes because I like to scream at them. You know, like I don't know. I thought that I might have a good personality. I talked to some friends of mine that used to do podcasts and stuff on Twitch, and they were like, "Yeah, dude, we'd love to watch you stream, and you know, I think you'd be great for us." Like, so I'll give it a shot, and if I can make money off of it, great. If not, you know, I'm still having a lot of fun. I'm still playing video games, which I love to do, and I'm getting to meet all sorts of new people that I would have never otherwise had the opportunity to meet,
For sure.
you know, such as you guys, you know, people overseas in other countries. Like, it's so cool that this
Yeah.
can literally bring the entire world together in one place under shared roof, you know, like that's just so cool to me.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Super cool. So what was your first video game? Have you been gaming your whole life?
Have not been gaming my whole life. First system I ever owned was the original PlayStation. My parents wouldn't allow us to have any other systems, no Game Boys, no, you know, anything. But then finally got us the original PlayStation. So, like Resident Evil, Metal Gear Solid. Those were some. Crash Bandicoot was one of my favorite games. You know, like those kind of games kind of got me started, and then my real true like love for gaming came with
Halo.
this right here when the original Xbox came out.
Yeah.
That's where it was like, it was over for me. Like, I'm hooked. I love it. And yeah. But I mean, I always would love to sneak over to friends' houses that had Segas and, Super Nintendos and stuff like that so that I could play, because I never got a chance to, otherwise. But, I was really good at Guitar Hero on PlayStation, because I'm a musician as well. So, yeah, it was, but yeah, that's where probably my gaming started, would be original PlayStation from there.
Nice.
That's awesome. So, what's your favorite video game of all time?
It would have to be Halo,
The original?
for sure. I would lump all of the Halo under one.
Can't narrow it down.
Yeah,
Right.
because I love the whole story. I mean, Halo 2 is probably one of the best written of the Halo games, but like the whole story in general, Master Chief, the character, like,
Right.
it's been, my number one go-to for a long time. Have played countless amount of hours on Xbox, on 360, on Xbox One of Halo, and it's by far my favorite game for sure.
It's a lot of
That's
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
So we asked this last time, or someone did, and I liked the question. Have you had any video game that you played and you like absolutely hated? Like it was like the
Yeah.
worst ever.
Oh yeah, your worst video
I
game
was
of all
prepared
time.
for this question, and it's this game right here.
Wait.
If you ever get a chance,
Oh, it's
do
backwards.
not ever play this game.
Legendary?
It's called Legendary.
Oh.
Dude, guys, take notes. Never play this.
On the 360.
Let's Google this.
Not good graphics, not good story, not good action, just garbage. I started playing through the first level and gave up very quickly because it was like, number one, what do I do? Why am I doing this? And this just plays like garbage. So, yeah. When I watched you guys,
still keeping it around, huh?
yeah, it's just part of the game collection.
Funny.
I don't even think I have a system that'll work, allow it to work anymore. But
you can run it on Microsoft, but
on
don't do it.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Don't do
You
it.
can play
guys.
almost
Do
any
not
video game
play
on the computer now, but
But yeah, don't do it. Yeah, it's not worth your time to see how bad that game is.
It takes
That
place
is
in
fun.
New York City and London. Yeah, those two go hand in hand.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, because they're the same city,
What type of game is it? Like that genre or whatever?
It's a first-person shooter, but like there's like mythic. I don't know if you can see. There's like mythical creatures and like other stuff in it that just really doesn't make any sense. Yeah, giant griffins rule the skies, ravenous werewolves stalk the streets, and
That
Deckard is
sounds
left
like my new
branded with
Harry
a
Potter game
signet.
that I'm waiting
Yeah,
on. Freaking
it's just,
first-person shooter.
it's just bad.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
bad.
Oh.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I was ready for that because I've watched all of the other podcasts except for the one with Supreme. I got to catch myself up on that one. But yeah, I've watched the other ones and I was like, I know exactly how to answer this question.
I think Steph had the best answer of all of those. It was some McDonald's game that came out in like 1992
I
or
forgot
something.
about that. Literally a McDonald's game.
I say 1992. I don't think it came out in 1992, but
You get the point.
before I was born.
This is a really good question. I'm just going to ask it now because it fits. Roughstar asked, are there any games that any of you wish would have gotten a sequel that never did?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
That's what I'm like. Have you? So he said his personally, or she, sorry, I don't know, would be Shadowrun, the 360 game.
Shadowrun. I don't think I've ever played that one.
I don't know what that is, but that would suck to like love something so much and then it ceases to exist further.
Yeah. Well, and like I feel like most most game manufacturers build off of momentum. Like if they get a lot of momentum on their first game, they'll make a sequel to it, or they've already kind of have a storyline for sequels already out there. That's a really good question. I think I might have to table that one until I can think of something.
That's a good one to come back to. Cause I'm trying to think of some in my head too now.
Because
That's a
yeah,
good
most of the
question.
games that I'm thinking of are like Halo has 6 games or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Fallout has several games. Skyrim, Elder Scrolls has several
Right.
games.
I almost wanted to
Mass
say
Effect.
um Far Cry 4, cuz I know there's a lot of Far Cries, but like Far Cry 4's story was that, or 3. 4 and 3 were both like the stories were so good on them. But right now Phasmophobia needs a Phasmophobia 2, more
I
maps, a story, scarier ghost.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with
One
that.
one game that does come to my mind is I really loved Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I feel like Ghost Recon Breakpoint did not do that game justice. Which it was kind of like the newer version of it, but I really I played the crap out of Ghost Recon Wildlands, and the new DLC that they had for it was not that great in my opinion. Just the original game and the gameplay was a lot of fun for me, so yeah.
So Awaken, you said, you mentioned like a stream schedule. Do you have a schedule right now that you're consistently going off of, or?
Yes. So my normal stream schedule is Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 8 o'clock Central Standard to 11 or 11 plus, kind of whenever I feel like ending it. Um, Thursdays have been more or less iffy for me, because with COVID restrictions kind of being lifted, I've been serving more in my church, and so I'm there on Thursday nights, which cuts into me being able to stream Thursday nights. So it's mainly been Mondays and Tuesdays for 2021. Um, but for this month, this will be my only stream for the stream of or for the month of February, as I'm taking some time off for educational reasons, I guess, so to speak. But then trying to resume back to a normal stream schedule
Awesome.
back in March. So
Have you
yeah.
played any like really cool games lately, on stream or off stream?
Um, I enjoyed Cyberpunk quite a bit. I've not streamed that one, and I don't plan to stream that one. But I've enjoyed getting to play it a little bit off stream. But really, I mainly play Apex with the boys, just because like I prefer to play with other people. I get bored if I'm just playing by myself nowadays. Um, so I prefer to play with other people. So if I can find other people to laugh with, have fun with, joke with, um, mess around with in the game, I love to do that kind of stuff. Whereas, like, if I'm just r- driving around doing side quests and stuff like that, like I get bored with it pretty quickly.
That makes sense.
I
So
get that.
mainly just been playing Apex on stream, Apex Legends, still, which I've been doing since Mixer, but season 8 just came out. I'm kind of bummed. I played it a little bit yesterday, and then kind of bummed that I'm going to be missing about a month of it here and there. So yeah, but that's okay.
Man, feels like season 7 just came out.
Right.
But
I was
But
thinking
then
about
I
Apex.
also do really like Phasmophobia. That's been fun to play with friends.
That's great.
yeah, Phasmo is, I mean, it's got to be like top 5 of my favorite video games of all time. I mean, that's a stretch saying that, but it's so much fun. Like, it is still such a thrill.
I legit want to get VR so I can try Phasmo in VR.
Right.
And
You're
like,
insane.
I know, but it looks like I don't know if you guys have heard of Josh Dubb. I think he does YouTube and Facebook videos and stuff like that. He's an Australian guy, very well known VR streamer. He's the no square, like no, don't touch me there. This is my no square. Have you ever seen that?
I've heard the quote.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's from like his group. But they do all kinds of VR streaming, and they're so funny to watch. But like watching them mess around in Phasmo is really funny. And I just think of how because you can see your hands moving around and
Right.
you can whatever, but to like run out the door and slam and like wave at people from outside, like that kind of stuff would be so funny to me.
Right.
I cannot imagine. Oh, the basements would be so scary.
Right?
I don't know why I just think of that, but well, we have entered the ghost chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk
the
about
question
ghosts.
coming.
We've got to ask, do
Sure.
you believe in ghosts?
So ghosts, no. The spirit world realm, yes. I'm very open about this on my stream. I would consider myself to be a Christian. And in my experiences, I have experienced things that I would consider to be demonic in nature, that could only be explained supernaturally. And so I definitely believe that there are demonic spirits out there that you shouldn't mess around with. But ghosts, like haunting, that kind of a thing, no. I would probably lean towards those being like actual demon world type things. But yeah, that's kind of my play. But I think ghosts in like Phasmophobia is fun, Ghostbusters is fun, like that kind of a thing. But as far as like, I do believe that there are evil spirits out there that be careful messing with. That's all I would say with that.
Will you watch the YouTube video of me and Raven's
Yes.
ghost hunt? We're going on one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we are
Also,
going to go ghost hunting.
That guy Sai says if any of us are ever in Florida, he's taking us ghost hunting. So
Oh my
nice.
gosh. So.
Nice. Yeah, I actually, so I went to a Christian school, a Christian college, and my first semester there, I didn't have a roommate. He was there for a couple weeks and then ended up traveling to campus or commuting. So then I had a room by myself, and I had a projector for, to shoot up on the wall for playing video games. I had a surround sound system, like all set up in my room, everything like that. And we had suites. So like, our main door faced the outside into a courtyard. So you'd walk in, there was kind of like a small living area, and then there were 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, like off 2 on each side. So like there were 2 other guys in all of the other rooms. One night I was literally sitting there playing video games, and
wait,
much like
this was in 1970?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Close.
Okay, I'm done.
So
Continue.
much like Phasmo, not even kidding, the lights started to flicker. It was not as slow, but they started like blinking, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Like when it's hunting?
My sound system, all I hear is this. I turn around, and there's no joke, a white cloud of smoke pouring out, just like somebody was taking a fire extinguisher and shooting it out of my sound system, like a cloud of smoke. So I like grabbed a towel and I'm waving it away from the smoke detectors, and so I didn't want to set off the smoke alarms or whatever. The power went completely out. Our microwave out in the suite caught on fire. Our TV out in the suite caught on fire. Like there was this huge like electrical surge, but it was only in our suite. So our suite, there was, we were on the first floor. There were 2 more floors above us in our building. No one outside of our 4 rooms had this experience at all, period. So our power went out. Like, we were kind of like, what's going on here? Whatever. So next day, they had, the janitors or electricians or whatever come, got the power back up and running. Same thing happened again that night. The lights flickered, the power went out. I mean, my surge protector was shot at that point. So I didn't have anything plugged in or anything, but it happened again. The lights went out. 2 of the guys were at basketball practice, and we called them several times on their phone. They came running back, unlocked their room, and I'm not kidding. Like when we walked into their room, because they had a TV in their room, we were afraid it was going to catch on fire. It literally felt like there was a static electricity in the entire room. Like you walk into the room and you could feel something like on your chest, and your hair was standing up on your arms. Like it felt like there was an electrical field in the room. And I mean, it was unlike anything I've ever felt in my life, and it was only in their room. And so I gathered all the guys together. We said a prayer in our main room, just us guys that were in the suite. The next day, the power came back on. Never had a problem since. Like not ever once.
Oh,
And like they didn't send somebody back out. Like the power just came back on. It was restored, and that was it. It was insane.
That's freaky.
So that's one story that I've had with weird experiences with stuff of that nature, and I don't want to mess with that stuff.
I feel you.
Crazy.
It's easier for me to say, hey, let's do it. I've never experienced anything, and I want so bad to like believe in it. Like,
sure,
you can ask my wife. I am constantly watching like ghost shows on TV, on YouTube. Most of them are bullcrap, and I know that, but I like try to make myself believe it because it's so like interesting, and they're all just like Phasmo, and I think that's why Phasmophobia is such a fun game.
Yeah,
like because I've never experienced any of that, so it's hard for me to just say, yep, that's definitely real.
Well, and it makes it real too, because they use the same tools that a ghost hunter would use.
Sure.
To try and figure out these things, but yeah, when I've watched the ghost shows and they're like, oh, did you hear that? It's like, no, I didn't hear that. And then they play it back and it's like, I have a hard time believing those shows, because anything could be portrayed as anything. They can clip in whispers, they can do whatever they want,
right?
All in post. Like, so, experiencing what I experienced in college live makes me 100% believe that there are demonic spirits out there,
but it's different,
and it's, I don't want to experience that anymore. But more power to other people. If you want to try and mess around with that stuff, I would caution against it, but that's just me.
Yeah,
that's a risk.
Crazy story.
It's a risk I might just have to take.
Yeah.
if something starts to catch on fire, I will just leave.
We're out.
That's all there is to it.
One time we went to go, when I was in high school, like me and some friends went to go visit this like abandoned cookie factory, and never made it inside the door, because like everybody was just so on edge that like we were afraid of getting murdered, because we were in this place that like was in a super sketchy area, and there was no lights, there's graffiti everywhere. I didn't know if there was like homeless people in there, like, and we didn't even make it in the front door because people were just too freaked out, and me included.
Right.
I think Phasmo should like do maps based off of actual like haunted places.
That'd be cool.
Or whatever, and like go through, like, I don't know. I think it'd be so cool, and then like do it on the game, and then you could actually do it in real life.
There's a game that I wish had a sequel. Phasmo.
That's what I'm saying.
Go film the maps like in real life, and then you're actually in there playing the game.
Yeah.
And then like you can be like, wow, this is so cool. Let's like actually go to this place.
We've
Right.
talked about that on my stream before. Like, if you could create one map for Phasmophobia, like, what would you make? They are adding 2 more maps, by the way. The
Oh, really?
mansion.
Oh my
It's called
God.
the mansion, and it's supposed to be like huge, just like the asylum, like a full-on mansion. And then an apartment, and it's gonna be a small one, like Tanglewood Street.
When? I haven't played in a while.
I'm not sure. They announced that last month, and then they're adding night vision goggles, an SLS camera, some other equipment that I
I
forget.
feel like they don't ever use some of the equipment, like
Yeah.
the sound sensors, the
Right.
parabolic microphones. Like,
Some of it's just too much of a hassle to even
Right.
mess with.
I think
Gotcha.
the SLS would be neat, and the night vision goggles I would use over a flashlight. But
Yeah, that
I
would
don't know. The flashlight, I mean, that really kind of like helps put you in the moment because you can
True.
only see
have you gone in with a
what you
candle
can
yet?
see. The what?
Have you gone in with just a candle yet?
No.
You gotta try that.
No.
That
No.
really puts you in
No.
the scene.
that'll
See,
that'll
because like,
do it.
so I have these from Call of Duty when it like came out. The like special edition night vision goggles. They actually work. It's all super
Oh, that's
dusty.
super cool.
But the thing about
Whoa.
night vision goggles is they are, at least with these, they're so disorienting because you have no peripheral vision. You only see what comes out the front. And so
Okay.
like, you know, I don't
I
know.
gotcha.
I mean, real true like night vision goggles, the ones that flip down, like you can see, but then you can also see like on the outside too.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would take away from some of the atmospheric effect that they have with, you know,
could.
like, you know, because you
Yeah.
can see so much more with night vision goggles, but with a flashlight, you literally only see this, and with a candle, I would just crap my pants.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
So yeah, if you could make a map for Phasma, what would it be?
Maybe like an abandoned amusement park ride.
That'd be cool.
You know, like
That would be sick.
like where you know you have like creepy music going on in the background, like the
Like a
ride
clown
could turn
house or something.
on, and you know, I don't know,
That'd be cool.
something with clowns. I mean, clowns are the worst. I hate clowns. Yeah. Thank you, movie It, for ruining
Yeah.
clowns for me for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Yep.
Man.
Pretty certain every clown is gonna murder me.
And
but
Texans
yeah.
around Halloween every year, all the Texans. Like, yes, let me dress up as a clown and walk around this neighborhood. I blame it on Texas because they can
'Cause they're
handle it.
Texans.
Yeah. They're their own country.
I mean, pretty much at this point.
They could be. They're huge.
Man,
They have
and then
Whataburger.
Walmart would be such a good one though.
Yeah. See, I'm thinking like a Blair Woods type thing. Like you're just in the woods. That's it. Like a roped off area in the woods.
Ooh.
A big section, maybe like a cabin here and there, like different places. And
That'd be crazy.
I think that would be neat, but I don't know how it would play with that style of game.
Yeah.
Just the way
Yeah.
it is. Like I've thought about it. I'm like, I don't know how that would work, but it would be cool.
Yeah, because I think part of the emphasis on Phasmo is that you've got specific rooms, and a ghost is
Right,
haunting
exactly.
this room. You
Yeah.
know, whereas like a forest is the forest.
Yeah.
It's haunting this area.
Just walk over to the random part of the woods. It's here. I don't know. I really love history, so I feel if it'd be really cool to do a map based off some historical battleground or war or something like that was
That'd
it.
be cool.
No, something like that would bring the
Or
history.
like a house that was, you know, like a hospital or something for
Yeah.
war victims or something like that.
Like a
That'd be pretty
fort.
cool.
What about a fort?
Or ooh,
That'd be kind of cool.
that's a good one. An
Really
old fort.
A castle would be cool too.
Yeah.
We could do this all day. There's
know,
lots of creepy
why don't-
places.
Can we just get the developers phone number?
Dairy Queen after 10 p.m., you know?
just hire us. You can make anything a good map if we're involved.
Right?
Man.
Oh man, we've been talking about Ghost so long. I forgot what we were doing. Is this a
I know.
podcast?
Like,
Okay. So are there any games like you're excited to try out? Like any games coming out this year or next year, or games that have already came out that like in the past that you just haven't got a chance to play yet?
I mean, contrary to popular belief, I'm excited for the new Halo, and getting a new Xbox. When that time comes, like I'm really excited for that. I thought, I understand that the release of the Halo, the new Halo game didn't go well, and I watched it live. I thought it was pretty cool. I looked past some of the graphic issues, whatever, because I know it's not a finished game. But I'm really excited for that when the time comes. I really want to try out that Ghost of
Oh, man.
Tsushima or whatever.
It's
That
so
game looks beautiful.
It's such a good game. You gotta try it out.
Yeah, that one and Valhalla. Those are the ones that I'm kind of like.
That one looks really
Just,
cool too.
The only thing that is kind of like makes me hesitant is how much time needs to go into these games nowadays.
sure. Yeah.
Because like I feel like if I don't invest all my time into this game, like Valhalla or Cyberpunk, then I'm gonna play it for a little bit and not play it again because I'm playing Apex or Call of Duty or whatever with friends, which is what I like to do more.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I've never finished a game, I don't think, in my life.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
this
yeah.
is super fun.
I mean, I
and then
have,
I
but
stop playing it, and I don't pick it up. I don't know like why. Like
I'm a
it's
completionist.
super fun, and I love it. But then like one day I just put it down, and I just like don't ever think to like resume it.
Yeah, see, I can't do that. I'm a completionist. I gotta finish all the side quests before the end of the game. Like I gotta collect everything. Like, and so I find myself rabbit trailing in the game where it's like, especially open world games are difficult for a guy like me when there's an endless amount of quests that you could possibly do, things to find. Like it's like, oh well, I just want to complete everything so I can say the game is 100% done and move on.
So funny. I think that's why I like open world games so much, is because I can like put it down and then pick it up. If I wanted to 2 months later, there'd still be so much stuff to do. Like,
Sure.
I really think, Ravenclaw, that you need to try out Skyrim.
dude, I love Skyrim.
Have you played it?
Yeah, not a whole bunch of it. I've played a little bit of it. When I got so this is what happened. I got it when I had my gaming laptop. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah,
Before
I do.
ever had my PC, I started it on that, and it was super fun. And then I got my PC, and then I re-downloaded it. I think I have it re-downloaded, but I never like resumed it. I need to like go back. That is
An amazing game.
It's
amazing game.
It'll probably always be my favorite game of all time.
That's up there in the top 5 for
Yeah.
sure.
It definitely
It's
seems
so
like there's
good.
so much to do. I probably like barely did anything, but I remember like when I was playing it, I was like, man, this is really cool.
Yeah, it's one of those games that the more you play it, the more you love it. Like, I
Yeah.
would say, I mean, I would be around like, I don't know, I probably have thousands of hours into that game, no kidding. So like,
Sure.
once I was around like that 1,000-hour mark, it's like I know everything in the game, like every book, every item, and it was just so amazing. Like that's your world. Like I still reference like necklaces and books and stuff that are in the game in real day life, and I sound like such a nerd.
And then you get into modding the game, and it's hilarious and
Yeah.
amazing.
I don't know if I'll ever play the game again without a lightsaber in hand.
Right?
It's just
You
so
know,
much
it was
you can
really
do.
funny watching Dylan mod the game, and like his horse was My Little Pony, like stuff like that was so funny.
That is hilarious.
That's
Every
awesome.
time a dragon would come in, like it would play some song from I think like Top Gun or something like that. And like it would sound like a jet was landing. Like, oh, it was so funny.
Dude, that's wild.
So do you have any like specific set goals you have for this year for streaming?
For streaming, I wouldn't. I want to get to a place, not necessarily this year, but like where this becomes more or less of like a side hustle, to where it's an actual form of income, and to where I can, if I'm making money, I can invest it back into like
The stream.
more things for the stream, in other people.
For sure.
I would love to have the resources to drop $1,000 on somebody that is just starting out, that
Right.
that could be like Dream and raid somebody with 50 plus people, and just make their day. Like I want to get to that point to where I can have that
For
kind of
sure.
influence. As far, it's easy to say I'd like to grow 10 followers a month and stuff like that, but there's a lot of work to be done outside of streaming,
For
and
sure.
social media and connecting and watching other people's streams and networking. And I've slowed down a lot on doing that stuff, and I've noticed it in the way my channel has grown. And so I need to get back into doing some of that stuff, but there's other things that I'm prioritizing first. So it's just time to make some other things a little bit more important than streaming right now. But long term, I would love to grow, to have an influence, to be able to be a bright light to other people everywhere I go. So
I love that. It'd be really cool just to know that you have at least, like you said, 50 people that you could raid someone with and like make their day. Like that would feel so
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Little fun fact for you. I don't know if you knew this, Raven, but I was actually Awaken's first mod in his stream on Mixer.
Oh, really?
True.
Yeah.
Dude, no way.
So
that's cool.
I had already been following him, I think, but I hadn't got a chance to watch one of his streams, and I was at work one night, and it was a super slow night. I was like, let's see who's streaming, and Awaken was streaming, and I went in there and hung out with him the entire time, and it was so much fun. It was a blast. We literally just talked the entire time. I was cracking jokes, like I do, and they were mainly dad jokes, so he thought they were funny.
Dad or old people jokes,
Yeah.
Stuff that I'm used to.
Right. And yeah, I remember, like, I still had your stream pulled up on my car audio on the way home, and when I got home I was like,
Yeah,
Caitlin,
I'm sure there's a gray
I made a
hair in
friend!
here that's caused by Lizard right here, so
Probably.
Lizards probably cause a lot of gray hairs. Have you seen those Call of Duty snipes? All of them people have gray hair by now.
It's true, man. I don't know if you've seen any of them lately.
Yeah,
Pop
no,
off here,
and
man.
I really only I don't have like a set rules for my mods, but it's kind of like the more people show up in my stream and stay there consistently, and like you hear my heart and my passion for things, and like you're not in here to just be malicious and stuff like that. Like I'm kind of more open with modding people, but like in just talking with Lizard for, I don't know, it was maybe a week or two that you were in my stream like every night. And, just talking, I was like, yeah, he's not, like, I know if I mod this guy, he's going to look out for me. And, like I do place a high importance on my mods, because I want them to take care of me when I'm not, maybe paying attention or something like that. So,
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah.
Awesome. I had no idea. I did not know you guys.
I forgot about that, actually.
We go back, me, Awaken, Pickle, and Psy, those are like, we're the crew, man. That's the crew from the Mixer days.
I just found Awaken through, I want to say it was through your stream, because Awaken, you'd always be in there like chatting and stuff, and I'm be in there all the time. Just
could have been. Yeah.
That's probably where I'm like, it's hard to remember where all these like friendships and connections and everything came from at this point, because I feel like everyone's just like one big family. I'm like,
Yeah, I might be one of the few that you guys didn't meet in Dreamstream, because I
yeah,
know that you guys got connected well with his, and
yeah.
I actually found Dreamstream, I think, through Lizard was hosting him, and I was like, huh, I'll check this guy out, and or no, he had rated Dylan. That's what it was.
Yeah,
He had rated
yeah.
Dylan, and Dylan was saying all this like cool stuff about him. I'm like, huh, go check out Dream. And then like I saw you in there, I saw Raven in there, and then like I'm like, oh, I've seen Supreme Steph in there too, in Lizard's chat and Somnic, and I'm like,
Everybody.
oh, okay, so they all know each other. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dreamality is a different breed of streamer, that's for sure.
He is gonna definitely go places 100%.
Dreamality for Twitch Partner 2021. That's the movement.
I'm on that boat.
For sure.
Yeah, that's super cool. But I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure I just found you through Lizard Stream, I'm assuming, because you weren't part of like Dream Stream at first. And even before I really knew Awaken, like I remember just like hopping in your stream one time, and like you were so down to earth and nice. It was so easy to just like literally hang out all night, have a conversation with you. And I'm like, dude, I feel like I've known this person forever, because you were just like so like friendly, down to earth, make you feel comfortable, like you just feel like you fit right in. And I'm like,
Sure.
I really like that. So that's what made me like keep coming back. I'm like,
Yeah,
you.
he's definitely one of the
really
easiest.
just a natural feel where it's like you can go to your stream at any time and just fit in and have someone to hang out with. So I really liked that.
Awaken, you are definitely one of the easiest people to talk to. Like, that's one thing I think that anybody that goes to your stream, like, they will always get that vibe every time, is like, this is an approachable person. Because like sometimes you go into streams of people you don't know, and like should I chat or should I just watch? So I do that a lot. Like I just watch people without chatting, which a lot of times I'm busy. But if someone's like super approachable, you're like, man, I want to talk about this topic they're talking about, or I want to, whatever.
Well,
That's
especially like just seeing someone's name, like I saw your name quite a few times in Lizard Stream. You could have been anyone, like first impressions are obviously huge too. Like was my first impression of just going over to your stream. Made me feel so comfortable that I could come hang out anytime, like it's not always the case. Like I could have easily gone over there and literally never went back. So I don't know. I just thought that was really cool that it was so easy, like and natural to just hang out. I'm like, yeah, this guy's cool.
The content was pretty mind blowing too. I remember that night you guys. I think I might remember this wrong. It might have been a different night, but I believe that night that I watched you guys were struggling to get a win like the whole night, but you were still getting a lot of kills. In your last game, you guys popped off and got a win, and like we were all cheering. It was awesome. I think you were playing with.
I mean, that happens
Leviathan,
often.
I believe too.
I go long stretches without getting wins in Apex, so yeah, but
a lot better than me, that's for sure.
I really appreciate that encouragement. I've always told myself, like, I was first in it more or less to see what kind of financial opportunity that streaming was, but the more I've kind of gotten into it and like met people, is like there's so much crap going on in our world that if I can be a source of light in someone's life that may be going through a hard time, may not be, but like can come in and laugh and feel cared about, like that's what I care more about now. Because like so many people have opened up about hardships in their life to me, and I've had the opportunity to pray for people on my stream. Like I'm not afraid to do that. Like I'm not going to sit here and condemn people for whatever religious beliefs they may have, but I know what I have and I know what I believe, and I'm not afraid to pray for people and try and be that light that I believe I'm called to be to other people, because everybody deserves happiness, everybody deserves love, and to feel belonging. And the last thing I want to do is for somebody to come into my stream and like not feel that.
For sure.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I definitely think you're just very welcoming, and definitely have a good personality. So
Yeah, 100%.
keep it up.
Thanks.
Yeah, my motives have definitely changed too, because I started streaming a long time ago, and my only like real knowledge of it was like Ninja, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys, I was like,
Same.
I play Fortnite, I want to be rich. And then, you know, the more you start streaming, you realize it's definitely a lot more than money. Like, I have no interest in that part of it really anymore. It's more about making friends and
Yeah.
building a
Yeah.
community up, because it's
The
so
community that comes along with streaming is like a huge thing that
it's just made such an impact on
hard
my
to-
life that I didn't see
until you
coming.
do it, it's hard to even explain like how that feels.
For sure. Yeah, and I mean, like, in 10, 15 years, when we're all, you know, partners and looking back after you guys have done thousands of episodes of the Unkindness Lounge, and, you know, we see where we're at in 10 years from now. And, you know, it's like, I don't know. I'd rather get the sense of like I've made an impact in somebody's life uh than I've made some money out of streaming,
Mhm.
For sure.
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Raven, do you have any more questions?
I don't think so. Do you? I haven't looked at my
That's
chat,
okay.
but if that was the kind
What
of
about
question.
you, Awaken? Do you have any questions for us, or anything else you want to talk about?
Um, hmm. I don't know what goals do you guys have, and and how can I support you guys in what you guys want to achieve?
Man, you're the best.
I don't know.
Do you mean like streaming goals?
I mean, really anything, because like, so, and I don't mean to hog the spotlight here, but
It's your spotlight.
Yeah, you're a guest.
so I was in my guy Showboat's stream, and he was talking about a meeting that he had had with his manager, and his manager asked him like, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? And he starts talking about he works for a cell phone company and sales and, you know, stuff like that. And he's like, well, I'd like to be, you know, at this position and have, you know, this many sales and, you know, blah blah blah. And his manager was like, no, wait a minute, where do you personally want to be in the next 5 to 10 years? And the reason why his manager was asking that, because he realized a key thing in that if he can support show in the health and growth of him personally, his family, his hobbies, then and make him more successful there, it's only gonna overflow into how he is as an employee at his job.
For
So
sure.
in a kind of similar situation, like, I would love to be able to do whatever I can within my capability to help other people succeed, whether that's being open ears to talk to, um, seeking advice. I mean, I've been married for 8 years. I have 2 children and one on the way. I mean, I've been through, I'm in my early 30s. I've been through a good amount of stuff. I've been through crap in my life with my brother passing away 3 years ago. Like, I've been through a lot and can relate a lot to people. So if I can be an ear, like I said, a pat on the back, if I can be a hype man, I mean, if I can be something to help you guys, anybody succeed, whether it be in streaming or out of streaming, like, I I would love to do what I can for everybody else. Because I mean, I've also been blessed so far, like, just immensely in the little bit of time that I've been streaming, that, like, I feel like I owe it to everybody else too, because I've been so blessed that other people deserve to be blessed as well.
For sure. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you don't have to answer it now, but yeah, I would. I mean, like, if you guys have goals for your streaming life or your marriage life or your, work lives, whatever. I mean, like, how can I support you in that? That's what I care about.
Just doing what you're doing now, really. Just being a
That's what I
friend.
would say. Yeah, because I think like people don't realize like just you sitting here like being yourself, like how many people are really able to get to know you and get to know like your personality. You're like this every time you're streaming. Like you don't know how many people come in there and don't know you, and then you make them feel better about whatever they were going through that night. Stuff like that. Like just keep encouraging people and being there to, listen no matter what. Like I think you do such a great job with that, and that is enough to help a lot of people.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't change. I just keep doing what you're doing. I think it's awesome.
Thanks. That means a lot.
And I think a lot of people are kind of scared to be like deep with people, especially people don't know in real life. And you're one of those people like you're not scared to go there, whether it's a friend or someone you don't even know. Like if that's what that person needs, like you're not scared to go there and have those conversations. And I think that's really cool too. So
thanks. Thank you. Yeah, genuinely. Thank you.
Yeah, Steph says, I think Awaken just needs to keep being himself, such a gym. I completely agree with that.
Oh,
me too.
Thanks.
Yep. But yeah, we're all, I think, like you said, we're all kind of, I know the three of us definitely want to see other people succeed. We want to see our friends succeed. We want to see this community grow and just deepen those connections and those relationships. So yeah, I definitely support you guys and encourage you guys in any of like the goals and stuff that you have as well.
100%. I know one thing that we normally talk about that we forgot. Me and Raven have like social anxiety. It's not quite as bad as it used to be because of streaming, and especially while I'm streaming, but it's still there. And I mean, we've asked everyone so far, like, do you? Is that a struggle for you in your life, or has it ever been? And like, how do you cope with that?
Anxiety, not so much. My entire life I've been an extrovert, until after I got married and I moved. It's only an hour and a half from where I grew up, but I moved to where my wife is from. So I moved to an area where the only people that I knew were the people that I met while dating my wife, and which were her friends and her connections. And so
Right.
I guess my anxiety comes from like developing new relationships with people that I don't know, which like really want to do, but like it's harder for me to be open with people, completely revealing. And that, so this made me think of something else. Another question that I have for you guys, but so I became much more introverted when I moved out to where I live now. And I've been here for 8 years. It's as long as I've been married. And I'm finally getting to that point where I'm breaking out of my shell, and I feel like I can be more of myself that I was. And I think that is due to streaming for the last year, to where I've been able to kind of feed that extrovert that gets energy off of being around people and talking to people. And whereas before I was definitely depressed, even more so after my brother passed away. And so like this has been a huge light for me, just being able to talk to people and share with people and relate with people and be with people, so
For sure.
But what came to my mind was, are you guys familiar with Enneagram?
Oh yeah.
With
You
what?
are Raven. Are you Lizard?
With what?
I want to see him. He should take that test sometime.
I really want. I'm interested to know what your personality. So Enneagram is a personality type, kind of test.
Oh,
So you answer a bunch of questions, and then there's like 9 different personality types, I believe. Or is it 8?
did I
think it's
take
9.
an
9,
Enneagram
And
test?
they, there's 9 different personalities, and so it kind of, ever since discovering I'm an 8,
What was it?
which is the challenger, I think very black and white. I come off very strong and very passionately, but and I'm often mistaken for being angry or mad when I'm actually just passionate about things. But I'd be interested to know what types you guys are.
I took something like that, but not that specific one. But it was like a personality test. And
Yeah, you should. So the only reason why I lean more towards pushing Enneagram is literally, I've never found something more accurate that describes my personality down to like the way I feel about things and how I process things.
I feel
And
like
so,
it's literally the most accurate thing I've ever taken. I totally am with you.
I mean, literally has, in the last like year and a half since I figured out what my type is, I have literally been so much more self-aware of how I communicate with other people, how I interact with other people, my body language, the way I process and think about things, to where I used to just, if you were trying to oppose what I thought, I would cut you off there, because I know in my head what I believe is what I believe to be true. And so I wouldn't give you the time of day. But now, like, after taking that test and figuring out that stuff, I've become so much more aware to where I can go, okay, this is what I want to say, but let me wait and, see if I can process things, because I know I can say things that might offend somebody, to where I don't mean it at all. That's as offensive, but sometimes it comes off that way,
Yeah.
and
right.
so Raven, what are you?
I'm a 4.
Okay.
So very, very introverted. Definitely like emotion driven
Mm-hmm.
in all aspects.
One of my best friends is a 4.
Yeah, definitely like 4 to a T.
Sure.
I'm lost.
Honestly,
I need to
Lizard,
take it.
Lizard, you do need to take it, because I think it will help open your eyes in ways that you never would have thought about your own personality, it's really cool.
I think you learn a lot about yourself, like, oh, that makes sense, like why maybe I think the way I do, and like make some of the decisions that I do, and like stuff like that. Like it makes you feel like, oh my gosh, there are other people out there that are like me, like I'm not the only one like this. Like I felt like that myself. I read that and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole category for people like me.
Right. And and it also helps you to be aware of like how other people might interpret what you say,
Yeah.
or think about ideas that you have, or
Yeah.
because some people are super goal driven and oriented, some people are very opposite, where goals freak people out and literally cause anxiety, like so being aware of what type you are can help you communicate with other people.
Better relationships with people. Like I know if you guys take this test, like you can Google free Enneagram test.
Yeah,
I gotta
and
pull that
literally
over
just
here.
like it's just a matter of questions, and you want to answer them like 100% honest, and then at the end it'll give you like your number. That's your like Enneagram type, which is kind of like your personality type. And basically, like if you research that, it will literally tell you like all this stuff about your type, your personality, but it'll also go through what your type looks like with each other type. So if you're like, I'm a 4, my husband's a 1. So you can look up like relationships with Enneagram 4 and then an Enneagram 1. It'll tell you like this is how you guys like can help communicate with each other. This is like
Mm-hmm.
strong suits you'll have. This is stuff that might like be a little tougher for you guys. Like it'll, if you know your type, it'll show you like how you can interact with every single other type, which is really cool to know, especially if you know like your friends or your husband, wife, spouse, whatever. Like if you know their type, it's really like helpful to be able to put those pieces together, I guess.
100%. Yep. Yeah, but what I would caution you from doing is taking the test more than once, because you can manipulate the answers the second time you take it to kind of get more of a personality type that you feel like you identify better with, rather than, so at least taking it twice from the same source. But the questions are all kind of very similarly asked. And so, you know, when you answer the questions, yeah, you be honest with yourself, be honest with your gut, and, you know, answer as true as you can the first time so that you get a, you know, a whatever, and then research, you know, like Raven said, research whatever number that comes up, because you'd be shocking. It's shocking how accurate, you know, they describe people, you know, and everybody that's known me is like, yeah, you're definitely an 8. And there's good qualities to an 8 and there's bad qualities to an 8, just like there is
It'll
a 4 or anybody.
but strong if you're like in a really high, like good time in your life, what your personality might look like. If you're having a really low in your life, what your actions might be and stuff like that.
Yeah, like a healthy version versus an unhealthy version. Yeah.
Your type essentially, which it's definitely like it'll like I've researched where it goes in depth enough to show like this is what your type like typically is like in the workplace. Like this is how you are in a friendship. This is how you are in a relationship. Like literally breaks down so much. I think everyone should take this test and be 100% honest, because there's definitely questions that are like you might like really want to but this sounds so much better, but you're like, I'm actually this. Like you need to be 100% honest. But Lizard, that's your homework. You gotta take the Enneagram test.
I got it pulled up over here, so I will definitely do that.
Yeah.
Steph said she's doing it right now.
Yeah, she sent me the link.
You guys, everyone, and then whenever you guys do, definitely like let me know what types everyone is. Very interesting.
Yeah, my wife is a 6. So I know, you know, that's figuring out how me as an 8 can relate to her has changed the way that we communicate with each other, because, you know, she sees things very differently than I do, and that's caused communication mishaps in our marriage. And, you know, like now we know better how to work through stuff like that, and that's through one simple tool that has been around for 1,000 years or something like that. And it's, or like in some form. And so like it's just it's well worth it to anybody, just to see who you are personally and then how you can interact with other people.
Absolutely agree.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you have anything else, Lizard? I might go through my chat real quick. I haven't really.
No, I was gonna say if we wanted to turn it over to chat for questions.
Yeah.
I don't have any more myself personally.
Earlier, right
in here, Leviathan. Appreciate
right,
you, bud.
Very Curious says, I feel like there's so many people that I've met through streaming that I trust more than I do some people that I know in person. Like, absolutely. I feel like I've made
100%.
my very best friends pretty much through streaming. Like,
for sure.
Besides Lizard and KP are like my best friends in real life. Other than that, everyone on the streaming platform.
Yeah, 100%. I would say I don't have. I mean, my best friends, none of them are within. Trying to do math. Are you within 1,000 miles of me?
No.
I don't think any of them are.
No. Oh my gosh. For the question earlier about the which game would you like a sequel to? Steph says Stardew Valley 2.
Right.
Hilarious.
Someone wants to know if you just dabbed. I must have missed it. Did you just dab?
I did.
Channel points?
Yeah. And my buddy tried doing it again, and I shook my head no.
That's awesome.
I forgot to disable that channel point before I got on here. So I did it once when you guys weren't looking, and I won't
so
do it
funny.
again.
Oh my goodness. Dude, Raven, he had on Drop It as a channel point once, which was drop the weapon you were holding. And I had so many channel points, and he was playing Warzone, and they were like in a 4v4 situation at the end. Two
Very
teams left.
serious.
And I redeemed like 2 or 3 of them. I was like, drop it. And he just had to drop all of his stuff. They ended up winning, I think.
No way, that's wild.
Yeah, they won that one.
I mean, that's a stretch because I've won 3 games of Warzone ever.
I think you won that one. I think you did.
Maybe.
I don't think you got the kills.
I
you guys
immediately changed the drop it function. I increased the channel points, or like changed how many times you can redeem it, because that was brutal. That and Apex too. Every time I'd pick up a gun, somebody was like, drop it. And it's like, you've got to be kidding me. I have no guns.
Oh gosh, that's rough.
So yeah, I disabled
that one was a good one to use
That's
it
so
too,
funny.
because like the final circle was like in the woods. Like there was no guns just laying around or any buildings or anything. It was just
yeah, I got to the point where I was like, all right,
perfect.
I have one gun. I'm not dropping it. So I'll redeem it next game.
Right.
Yeah.
That was funny.
So
Anyways.
earlier we were talking about, like, I didn't know this. We were talking about like how Mixer used to do the co-streaming stuff. Nerdy Rach from Nerdy Curious says there's a web app that allows for Twitch co-streaming. It's pseudo co-streaming, but you can have up to 4 streams in one window.
Called multi-stream.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's a link. However, I can never get it to work on my phone or anything. And the reason why Mixer's
it's like web-based basically. You have to be like,
it's good. It's a good tool, but like Mixer's was built in, so like you just
dang, that's so cool.
It just did it. Like it worked.
Yeah. Multi-stream, you literally would have to like direct your stream to go to this website in order to, pull up multiple streams in the website. And so it's like, but I don't want to direct people away from my stream to watch my stream. Like they need to just come here and watch my stream.
Yeah.
And if you're watching from your computer, have multiple tabs open.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a useful tool, but it's not as practical.
It's not as ideal. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, it's not as practical. It's not like co-streaming was, which was just so much fun.
But you still can do it. So that's good.
Yes.
Tim says he misses the stickers most from Mixer.
Yeah, I missed the
stickers.
The sparks. You could redeem them for like the GIFs and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
GIFs.
Sparks. That was like Twitch's channel points, but they're not as good. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my wife wants to know, because I haven't asked it yet, and Song keeps freaking out to remind me. She wants to know your hair routine.
Oh my gosh.
Because let's be honest, you got some pretty gnarly hair, man. That's awesome. I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I wish I
tried
could do
something different today as far as like styling it. I actually braided it earlier today and let it sit so that I could try and get these waves.
It worked.
So I actually just recently changed my hair routine around a little bit. I wash my hair 1 time a week. I use castor oil, which is CASTER, I believe CASTOR. Castor oil. It's a natural oil that's really good for your skin. You can put it on your skin, your scalp. So I use a little bit of that in areas where I have like dandruff around the front part of my head here, and then I put it on my face and stuff like that. I only condition like this part of my hair. I don't condition my scalp because you want some of those natural oils and stuff like that to be in your you know, in your hair and in your scalp. And like, so I've actually talked to several people that do hairstyling for, you know, and push like all natural products. So I use only all natural type shampoos and conditioners and stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, I wash my hair once a week. I condition it basically when I wash it. And then I put a little bit of castor oil, like rub it on my hands, and I'll run it through my hair and on my scalp. And yeah, I usually let it air dry. Sometimes I blow dry it. This is air dried, and it's very voluminous. It has a lot of volume. So I have really thick hair. My I plans might be this year to cut it off and donate it. Haven't decided yet. The reason I'm growing my hair out is to donate it, which it's long enough at this point, but I really like my long hair. But since my brother passed away from cancer, I wanted to, you know, I don't have thousands of dollars to be able to donate for cancer research, but I do have something that keeps growing. So I've donated it once before, and I'm gonna do it again, kind of in his name for you know, somebody else that might need some nice Awaken hair.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah, that is
Dude,
awesome.
I need like a bun tutorial.
A bun tutorial?
Yeah, do you ever bun your hair?
Do you ever?
I always have typically always have a man bun in. So I mean, like when I'm doing mine, I, you know, will bun it like this, you know, to where it sticks out in the back. And
Yeah.
then I take this and I wrap it around, and then I just tuck it in the strand. So there's kind of like a ring around the little bun that sticks out.
Yeah.
And that's the way I do mine, because it's super easy, and it stays. And because with my hair being this long, it's hard to find like a bun that works, that keeps it all there, that doesn't just tangle my hair. Like, I don't understand how girls do like the messy buns where they just like, I feel like they just do this with their hair with a hair tie and then like leave it. And I'm like, I got knots in my hair thinking about that. So
Right.
So yeah, no, I usually just have it in just a samurai bun, I guess you could call it.
I love that.
Most of the time, either that or I wear a hat with it, because it's very fluffy. As you can see, it's unless I straighten it, it's out of control.
Do you? That's such a random question. Do you sleep with your hair down?
Yes. Yeah, I don't sleep with my hair in a bun.
I heard that's supposed to be like the healthier way to do it. I'm really bad about it. I need to do that, but like you're.
Yeah, plus, yeah, like I don't know, my hair it pulls my hair, and like I feel like I like pull an entire bird's nest worth of hair out if I sleep with my bun in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mainly sleep with it. But the hard part for me is when it gets down on me, I get so warm. Like I'm warm now. I actually need to shut my heat. But yeah, I do sleep with it out usually, and it's all wild and crazy. But
I love it. I love the long hair.
Thank you. I really do too. It's a lot of fun. And I don't know. I like it.
Are you worried it's not going to grow back after you cut it? You think it'll grow back?
Yeah. I've done it before.
You're a little older now, though.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but I'm old now, and it's growing just fine.
Yeah, it's hard to make fun of that one whenever he literally has hair that long. Like, proving it.
This hair is almost as long as you, buddy. Or old as you.
That's true.
So, yeah.
That's true.
that's crazy. Steph, did you take the test? She quotes, I minimize my hopes and expectations so that I can't be disappointed. Wow, I feel like this quiz is calling me out. Rockstar took it, got a 9-wing 1.
9-week one. Okay.
Man, I love how everyone's taking it.
Yeah.
So it's not a long quiz then, it sounds like. 10 minutes or so?
It says it's going on forever. I don't know. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it depends on which one you take. Some of them are a little shorter than others, but yeah, I mean, as you progress in the tests, they usually ask you more along the same lines of the same questions to see if you'll answer the same way each time, so that they can really kind of lock in to find out what you're more likely to align with.
Gotcha.
Liquid, not 10W40 oil. No, that's motor oil.
Don't use that in your hair.
Castor oil.
Oh, that's funny. Do you have anything in your chat, Lizard? I went through mine already.
I do not.
Vile, no problem that you're late. You're good. Thanks for popping in.
We had a lot of good conversation today, though.
Yeah, we did. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Guys, Awaken is so easy to talk to. Like, seriously, if you haven't... you said you're taking the rest of February off, right?
Yes. So this is my goal for February. I don't know if you can read it or not, if it's backwards. I am studying through this large book to try and get a certification in Security Plus, which is an IT certification. I'm doing it completely on my own. It's not through any school or anything like that. So that I can potentially start applying for IT jobs that would open up better financial opportunities for my, wherever I work, better future opportunities for growth, that sort of thing. And, IT isn't going anywhere. So,
Heck no.
The more people I can encourage to go into IT, whether you're nerdy or not, I mean, like, it's not going to be going anywhere unless the world goes into nuclear fallout, and we lose all of our computers. So
yeah, it's not going anywhere. No, and good luck with you. Guys in the chat, make sure that you follow awakenOsleeper on Twitch. I have his scroll through the chat, it should automatically post it. And go follow him. That way when he gets back into streaming in like March, you can check out his super awesome down to earth streams.
For sure.
You guys I'm 2 away from 200 now.
Let's get him there.
Get him to 200. If you guys don't follow Awaken already, drop him a follow. And if everyone has, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, make sure, because seriously, his stream is just a super fun, easy-going place to hang out in.
100%.
No matter what.
Thanks, Rough Star.
Make sure, obviously, I hope all you guys are following Lizard, my co-host by now and fellow gaming buddy. But if not, make sure you follow Lizardnutta as well.
Yeah, and follow Ravenclaw. All of my people already do, though.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure everyone has. Rough Star Internet, thank you for the follows today.
Thank you, gal.
Is that 200?
It so much. I think that
200.
Refresh.
Woohoo! Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, it says 199 on mine.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're so close.
Oh.
No, I appreciate it, everybody, and yeah, I like to stream Apex, Call of Duty, whatever my friends are playing. So, if you like first-person shooters and mediocre gameplay, come check me out. Does this say 200?
200.
Let's go. 200 hype.
200 hype. Let's go.
Guys.
There it is. Yep. Now it refreshed on my end.
Let's go, dude.
Thank
That's
you guys so
awesome.
much.
Let's go.
New milestone.
4,000. You go from 200 to 4,000. Let's go.
Next stop, 1,000 followers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Well,
thank you guys
I love
so
it.
much.
Yeah, dude, thank you for coming on.
Oh my
Awesome,
gosh,
man.
you're so easy to talk to. I feel like we could go on and on all day. So it's
100%.
you're definitely someone. I feel like we're gonna have to get back on for a part 2 in the future. We're already
For
making
sure.
the people that for
Yeah.
part. I definitely can see that one happening.
For sure.
But it's been
For
awesome.
sure.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get hashtag.
Yeah.
What did we do?
Unkindness.
Raid.
Rage. Unkindness rage.
Gosh. Unkindness raid. Get the hashtag unkindness raids in the chat.
You guys can copy and paste it.
I think are we all 3 rating them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
I just gotta get the.
Yeah, I gotta get it pulled up here. But
I am underscore Dill DYL underscore
oh no.
Dickle. So
Yeah.
Why is it?
so it
gotta
looks
be-
like this. I'm
Underscore dill underscore pickle.
Ooh, Steph is a 6-wing-7. She just posted.
Ooh, 6-wing-7. Nice.
Yeah. So our buddy Dill Pickle is doing a 24-hour stream for his birthday. And Pickle's awesome. So we definitely want to spread the love to him.
Did you guys submit it already?
Yeah, I'm almost
I entered
there.
it in my chat, just haven't clicked the raid now button. But
All right, perfect. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out on another episode. You all are awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys so
it's still
much.
Pickle's birthday, so go tell him happy birthday.
for sure.
Yeah, everybody. His birthday is tomorrow, but he's doing a 24-hour stream ending around midnight tonight, which he is in Eastern time, so it's about 9 o'clock. So he's got about 3 hours left. But yeah, thank you guys for having me. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure getting to talk with you guys. And thanks, chat, and everybody for the follows. And we'll see you guys in about a month.
Yeah,
All right.
super excited for it, man.
Yeah, copy and paste that hashtag unkindness raid. All right, see you guys later.
Yep. Thank you
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Bye. All right, I have rated.
I